Hi, I'm Kamali, taking you through some of the things people are talking about and some of the stuff they're sharing around the world on NewsFeed today. A new study could change the way we think social media affects teenagers. The music biz officially upended by the digital revolution. Hashtag Met Gala, we have all the glitz and glamour from the glitziest, most glamorous night of the year. Stupid costumes included. And elephants pay their respects to the king in Animals Doing Stuff. Well, top of our newsfeed, social media and mental health. We've long been told how damaging being online can be to a teenager's self-esteem. Bullying, increased concern about how they look, FOMO, etc., etc. Well, stop the press. Turns out it's not as simple as social media equals miserable young people. A huge study suggests the effects of all that Snapchatting and Instagramming and hashtag TikToking. And it is their words they use when they say it's trivial when it comes to a teenager's happiness. Let's take a look at some of the other things that caught our eye on social media.
Hi. Finally, we're going to another country. We have a new home. We have to start our life, new life. Thank you for everyone who help us and support us on Twitter.
Sisters Maha and Wafa al-Subai fled Saudi Arabia last month and have been hiding out in Georgia. They posted on Twitter today saying thank you to Georgia for supporting them and for giving them new passports. They're on their way to begin a new life. The sisters don't say where, but they say they hope that Saudi women imprisoned for protesting against the regime there will be freed. Game of Thrones has been all over the internet after the latest episode. Now, no spoilers here, but we will tell you something that is going viral. It was this moment, you'll see in a second, when a Starbucks cup, there it is, makes a guest appearance. Now, the clip's been viewed more than 6 million times. Both Starbucks and HBO, the producers, have responded. The producers apologise, while the coffee chain says it's surprised it wasn't a dragon drink. Haha. The oversight in such an expensively made show kind of sums up how this series is going. Big on the flashy things, but light on detail like decent writing. I mean, come on, Brienne crying over Jamie, come off it. And this happened in Buenos Aires, Argentina. 100 people dressed as Eva Perón to mark a century since her birth. Perón's social justice ideology is becoming more and more popular in Argentina. The country is in a mess economically, and the former president Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, who is a Peronist, is likely to run for re-election later this year. Now, a baby was born in the UK yesterday, and congratulations to the mother and father. Exciting news for them, not so much for people with actual lives. Now, here's a NewsFeed take on it from Sarah in London.
Now, I don't know about you, but when my friends have babies, I tend to write them a card, drop them a present, perhaps even cook up a whole lot of food that can be frozen and drop it over so there's some dinner there on those nights when sheer baby exhaustion has taken over and the new parents can't be bothered cooking. But not celebrities. They don't seem to work like this. To be fair, some of them might. But on the whole, celebrities seem to feel compelled to publicly congratulate other high-profile couples when they have a baby. Now, it's sort of a humble brag, a way of saying, "Ooh, look at me, I'm friends with Harry and Meghan," even when they're probably not friends with Harry and Meghan, but they think it's going to be good for their own personal profiles. So when baby Sussex was born, Instagram and Twitter went wild. First cab off the rank was actually the new parents themselves, Harry and Meghan. They broke with royal protocol by announcing they'd had a boy on Instagram. Now, this was a break with protocol because the Queen should announce that a new royal baby's been born before the couple does so. But we expect nothing less from Harry and Meghan. We know that they're royal rebels. The fashion house Oscar de la Renta was next. Now, not the designer himself because, well, he's dead, but presumably it was the brand's social marketing guru behind it. It was a congratulatory message with a picture of Meghan wearing, you guessed it, an Oscar de la Renta frock. So really, this was just a chance for the company to remind the world that Meghan wears their dresses. Now, Ellen, the US talk show host, managed to avoid being nauseatingly sycophantic by cracking a pretty good joke in her tweet and pointing out the absurdity of it all. Now, she said, "The baby is 7th in line for the throne," which is crazy because right now I'm 7th in line for the key-making kiosk at my grocery store. But Michelle Obama won. She tweeted, "Barack and I are so thrilled for both of you and can't wait to meet him." Now, some might say this was a bit presumptuous, but it does point out the fact that the Obamas and the Sussexes are actually friends, and of all the celebs who've been tweeting and on Instagram, it's the Obamas that are probably most likely to meet this new baby. But I tell you what, I'll be giving them a run for their money. Now, Haz and Megs, I may not know you from a bar of soap, but congrats on the new bundle of joy, and I'll be over later with a frozen lasagna.
Lasagna, delicious. Now, the way musicians make money has changed loads in the past few years, and an important and potentially historic milestone has just been reached.
The internet is full of advice for people who want to release their music the millennial way, by avoiding the big record labels and releasing it themselves. And aspiring songbirds seem to be listening. Close to 40,000 tracks are being uploaded to Spotify daily. Rolling Stone magazine estimates self-releasing or do-it-yourself acts will earn more than $1 billion this year. That's largely thanks to sites that monetize their music, like Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, and other streaming services.
Chance the Rapper.
Some artists have already shown they can make it using this model. Chance the Rapper won the 2017 Grammy for Best New Artist for a streaming-only album. He's still not signed to a record label. UK-based Media Research says self-releasing artists still earn only 3.4% of the record industry's global revenues, but they're giving industry insiders something to think about.
You know, we have the ability now on the platforms to be able to go and capture music and then let it go. It's a beautiful thing to be able to do, to not be thinking in terms of timelines for singles and videos and albums and this and that. Find a song, it moves you like this one did for me, and we can go and record it and boom, put it out straight away. Incredible feeling.
Some artists are considering not recording albums altogether.
Particularly now with Spotify and other agencies like that, people just hear one song, you know. So I'd much rather spend my time writing songs that feel immediate, almost like tweets, as opposed to writing a whole newspaper that by the time it comes out, it's, you know, it's so old, so.
Self-releasing artists were once on the edges of the music biz, but sites like SoundCloud democratized the game, allowing a person's work to reach huge audiences and offering a level of authenticity highly prized in an ersatz industry. Now the big tech firms are reshaping how music makers make money. Right,
let's spin around the world now for some other stories you need to know this Tuesday. Now, the Israeli army has confirmed it carried out a real-world airstrike to counter the threat from cyber strikes. The IDF tweeted this image of a building in Gaza. It says the building was the base of operations for a Hamas cyber warfare unit. The action is being seen as possibly the first time that conventional weapons have been used to neutralize an online threat. London's planning to build a 11-kilometre corridor of wildflowers in the northwest of the city to attract bees. The insects are in massive decline across the world, which is a concern as they're critical to pollination and therefore to food. London's announcement comes as the UN warns that if we don't change our behaviour, as many as 1 million species will be wiped out. Over-tourism in the Netherlands is going to be dealt with by deterring people from visiting. The Dutch Tourism Board says it's sick and tired of drunk English people on stag do's in Amsterdam and Instagram users trampling poppy fields in the search of the perfect shot. Authorities are planning to close attractions which attract undesirables and impose higher tourist taxes. And this was the moment the golfer-in-chief, Donald Trump, gave Tiger Woods the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Woods won the US Masters again last month, a huge comeback for the former world #1. President Trump likes golf too, but it's reported that he cheats. The website Trump Golf Count says that Trump has played golf 178 times in his 836 days in office. This despite his criticism of Barack Obama's golfing days and promises to his supporters that he'd be too busy working for them to tee off. Well, last night the Glitterati got together to show off and raise money for an already well-funded institution in New York, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And it was as ostentatious and as obnoxious as you'd expect from an event attended by Kanye West.
I was confused with camp. I was ready to bring me my little comforter and my pillow and sleep all night. We're going to be camping all night long. And then I was like, they said, no dear, no dear. It's not that kind of camp.
And now for something completely different but equally ridiculous in animals doing stuff. Today we have elephants paying their respects to the new king of Thailand. King Vajiralongkorn was crowned a couple of days ago, and these heffalumps, there they are, had to make sure they were around to give their blessing. Evidence, if evidence were needed, of just how popular the royal family is in Thailand. It's not just the people who love the monarchy there, pachyderms do too. That'll do from the NewsFeed team. Reach out to me with your questions, comments, complaints and suggestions. You'll find me at Kamali Melbourne. You'll find us 24/7 on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you like. Follow, subscribe and add. See you again tomorrow.